His heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and all so end. The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it. Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
Hey everyone, this is Igor. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm tackling the single most confusing relationship in the entire Kingdom Hearts story. Xehanort, Ansem, and Xemnas. If you've ever finished Kingdom Hearts 1 and thought the villain was named Ansem, and then played Kingdom Hearts 2 and got confused when a completely different character named Xemnas showed up, this video is for you. Here's the short version before we dive in. There is only one Xehanort, Ansem, and Xemnas are not separate people. They are the two halves of what happens when Xehanort's heart falls into darkness. Let's start at the very beginning, with the real original Xehanort, the one fans usually call Master Xehanort. Long before Sora was born, Xehanort was a young Keyblade wielder training at the Land of Departure under a Keyblade Master, alongside a fellow student named Xehanort. Xehanort became obsessed with a legendary weapon called the X-Blade, and with the ancient Keyblade War that once shaped the world. He believed darkness was necessary, even beautiful, and that balance required conflict. By the time we actually meet him in Kingdom Hearts, birthed by sleep, he is an old man, a Keyblade Master himself, and he spends that entire game secretly manipulating three younger wielders, Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. His plan in Birth by Sleep is to provoke a war between light and darkness in order to forge the X-Blade. It fails, but at the very end of that game, old Master Xehanort does something crucial. He forces his own heart into the body of Terra, one of the young heroes, essentially hijacking him. From this point forward, Terra's body is walking around with Xehanort's heart, and will inside it.
This heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and also end. The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it. Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
Before I go on, if this is helping the puzzle finally click into place for you, hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow. And subscribe if you haven't. It truly means a lot. Thank you. So now we have what fans call Terra-Xehanort, Terra's body, but Xehanort's heart and personality and control. This version of the character travels forward to a world called Radiant Garden. There, he presents himself simply as a new apprentice named Xehanort, and he asks to study under the ruler and scientist of that world, a man named Ansem. And here is the very first key to untangling this whole mess. There really is a character named Ansem, and he is not a villain. Fans usually call him Ansem the Wise, to separate him from what comes later. Ansem the Wise takes this young apprentice into his research team, alongside 5 other apprentices, to study the nature of hearts and darkness. Terra-Xehanort pushes these experiments too far, conducting dangerous research into darkness that Ansem the Wise never approved of. Eventually Ansem the Wise discovers the truth and banishes him, but the damage is already done. The experiments unleash the Heartless, monsters born from hearts consumed by darkness, and this event is what plunges Radiant Garden, and eventually many other worlds, into crisis. Terra-Xehanort, now fully consumed by his own research, deliberately lets his heart give in to darkness completely. And this is the second key fact you need to understand this entire story. In Kingdom Hearts lore, when a person's heart is completely overtaken by darkness, that person splits into 2 separate beings, a Heartless and a Nobody. The Heartless is a mindless creature of pure darkness that retains almost nothing of the original person except a general instinct and shape. The Nobody is the leftover body and mind, a being without a heart, but with memory and intelligence intact. So when Terra-Xehanort's heart fell to darkness, he split into exactly these 2 things. And this is where the naming confusion in Kingdom Hearts 1 comes from. The Heartless that emerged took on a humanoid form, and it wore the coat and adopted the identity of Ansem, the very man Terra-Xehanort had betrayed and stolen research from. Because of this stolen identity, everyone in Kingdom Hearts 1, including Sora, Donald, and Goofy, believes they are fighting the real Ansem the Wise. That is why the final boss of the first game is called Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. But he is not the real Ansem. He is Xehanort's Heartless, wearing a name and a coat that never belonged to him. The actual Ansem the Wise is alive during these events, hiding and operating in secret under a completely different alias, Diz. Meanwhile, the nobody half of that same split, the leftover body and mind of Terra-Xehanort, needed a new name too, since nobodies traditionally take the original name and rearrange its letters, often adding an X. Rearrange the letters of Xehanort, and you get Xemnas. That is exactly who Xemnas is. The nobody born the moment Terra-Xehanort's heart fell into darkness. The other half of the exact same event that created Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Xemnas takes control of the ruins of Radiant Garden, renames it the world that never was, and founds Organization XIII, a group made up of other powerful nobodies, including Roxas, Axel, Marluxia, and more. His entire goal as the leader of Organization XIII is to gather enough power, through captured heartless energy and stolen hearts, to become whole again, to somehow force his way back into having a real heart and identity. Though to summarize the relationship clearly, Xehanort is the original person. When his heart, riding in Terra's body, fell to darkness, he split into two beings. Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, is the heartless half, Xemnas is the nobody half, an intelligent but heartless being who leads Organization XIII. Neither of them is the real Ansem the Wise, who spends most of the story disguised as Diz, trying to undo the damage his former apprentice caused. Now here's where it gets even stranger, and this is the part most casual players never fully catch. When Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas are both eventually defeated, Terra-Xehanort's heart doesn't simply vanish. It lingers, fractured, until it eventually finds its way to being reborn, and old Master Xehanort himself resurfaces in his original elderly form during the events of Dream Drop Distance, setting up the final saga. Old Master Xehanort devises an even bigger plan. He wants to recreate all 13 seats of a true organization, using 13 versions and vessels connected to himself across time, in order to finally forge the X-Blade for real. This includes a younger version of himself pulled from the past, remnants of Ansem and Xemnas' essence, and several other characters he manipulates or possesses along the way, forming the true antagonist group of Kingdom Hearts III. So by the time we reach Kingdom Hearts 3, Ansem and Xemnas as individual villains are already gone. But they were never separate from Xehanort to begin with. They were always fragments of the exact same soul. That single act of identity theft is the reason an entire generation of players spent years thinking Kingdom Hearts had two unrelated villains, when in truth, it was always building toward one tragic, fractured man. Let me know in the comments if this finally cleared up the confusion for you, and which topic you want to explain next. I'm leaving the recommended videos on the card right now for you to check out next. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time on So GG Plays.